أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أفلا يتدبرون القرآن أم على قلوب أقفالها.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
إن الذين كفروا سواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم وعلى أبصارهم غشاوة ولهم عذاب عظيم. ومن الناس من يقول آمنا بالله وباليوم الآخر وما هم بمؤمنين يخادعون الله والذين آمنوا وما يخدعون إلا أنفسهم وما يشعرون في قلوبهم مرض فزادهم الله مرضا ولهم عذاب أليم بما كانوا يكذبون. وإذا قيل لهم لا تفسدوا في الأرض قالوا إنما نحن مصلحون ألا إنهم هم المفسدون ولكن لا يشعرون. وإذا قيل لهم آمنوا كما آمن الناس قالوا أنؤمن كما آمن السفهاء ألا إنهم هم السفهاء ولكن لا يعلمون. وإذا لقوا الذين آمنوا قالوا آمنا وإذا خلوا إلى شياطينهم قالوا إنا معكم إنما نحن مستهزئون الله يستهزئ بهم ويمدهم في طغيانهم يعمهون. أولئك الذين اشتروا الضلالة بالهدى فما ربحت تجارتهم وما كانوا مهتدين.
First of all, my dear friend, do not forget to participate in the reward by publishing the video, subscribing to the channel, and activating the bell so that you receive all new updates.
Contemplative pauses. First pause. In the saying of Allah, the Most High, Allah has set a seal upon their hearts and upon their hearing. Since, when they accumulate in the hearts, close them off, and when they are closed off, then the seal from Allah and the stamp comes to them. So there is no way for faith to reach them, and no sincere repentance from disbelief. That is the seal and stamp that is mentioned in the saying of Allah. Allah has set a seal upon their hearts and upon their hearing. Ibn Kafir, 145. Second pause. In the saying of Allah, the Most High, Allah has set a seal upon their hearts and upon their hearing, and over their vision is a veil. Then he mentioned the barriers preventing them from faith, saying, Allah has set a seal upon their hearts and upon their hearing, meaning, He has stamped them with a seal that faith cannot enter, and does not penetrate them, so they do not understand what benefits them, and they do not hear what would benefit them, and over their vision is a veil, meaning, a cover and a barrier that prevents them from seeing what would benefit them. These are the paths of knowledge and goodness that have been closed to them. There is no hope for them, and no good is expected from them. They have only been prevented from that, and the gates of faith have been closed to them because of their disbelief and ingratitude. Al-Siraj, 42. Third pause. In the saying of Allah, the Most High, Allah has set a seal upon their hearts and upon their hearing, and over their vision is a veil, and for them is a great punishment. In the precedence of hearing over sight in its places in the Qur'an, it is evidence that it is the best benefit for its owner over sight. For precedence indicates the importance of what is being preceded, and that is because hearing is a tool for receiving knowledge, which is the perfection of the mind, and it is a means of reaching the call of the prophets to the understanding of the nations in a more complete way than reaching it through sight if hearing is lost. Ibn Ashur, 1/258. Fourth pause. In the saying of Allah, the Most High, and of the people are some who say, "We believe in Allah and the Last Day," but they are not believers. When the description of the believers came at the beginning of the surah in 4 verses, and then the state of the disbelievers was defined by these 2 verses, Allah began to explain the state of the hypocrites who show faith and conceal disbelief. And because their situation is confusing to many people, He mentioned them with multiple attributes. Ibn Kathir, 145. Fifth pause. In the saying of Allah, the Most High, and of the people are some who say, "We believe in Allah and the Last Day," but they are not believers. Allah warns about the characteristics of the hypocrites so that the believers are not deceived by their outward appearance. This leads to widespread corruption from not being cautious of them, and from believing in their faith while they are disbelievers in reality. This is one of the major dangers. Ibn Kathir, 146. Sixth pause. In the saying of Allah, the Most High, in their hearts is disease, so Allah has increased their disease, and for them is a painful punishment because they habitually used to lie. In their hearts is a disease, meaning their attachment to the world and their love for it, and their neglect of the hereafter and turning away from it, and His saying, so Allah increased them in disease, meaning He entrusted them to themselves, and He gathered upon them the worries of the world. So they did not devote themselves from that to concern for the religion. And for them is a painful punishment, for what is lost from what remains. Al-Junayd said, "The diseases of the hearts are caused by following desires, just as the diseases of the limbs are caused by bodily illness." Al-Qurtubi, 1/300. Seventh pause. In the saying of Allah, the Most High, those are the ones who have purchased error in exchange for guidance, so their transaction has brought no profit, nor were they guided. Meanings, they desired to be misguided, just as a buyer desires a precious commodity that he is willing to pay a high price for. This is one of the best examples, as it equates the ultimate evil of being misguided with a commodity and places the ultimate good of guidance in the position of the price. Al-Siraj, 43. Guidance. First, sin can be a reason for Allah to seal the heart so that it cannot reach the truth. Allah has set a seal upon their hearts and upon their hearing. Second, Allah describes the conditions of the disbelievers in 2 verses and the conditions of the hypocrites in 13 verses, because the danger of the hypocrites is greater than the danger of the disbelievers. The hypocrites deceive the common Muslims, and when it is said to them, "Do not cause corruption on the earth," they say, "We are but reformers." Third, one of the characteristics of hypocrites is to belittle the righteous and diminish their status. And when it is said to them, "Believe as the people have believed," they say, "Should we believe as the foolish have believed?" Unquestionably, it is they who are the foolish, but they know it not. Working with verses. First, when those around you pose a danger and spread lies, claiming to defend women's rights while actually seeking to exploit them, and when it is said to them, "Do not cause corruption on the earth," they say, "We are but reformers." Unquestionably, it is they who are the corrupters, but they perceive it not. Second, seek refuge in Allah from hypocrisy And of the people are some who say, "We believe in Allah and the last day," but they are not believers. Third, pray today that Allah will protect the nation from the evil of the hypocrites. And when it is said to them, "Do not cause corruption on the earth," they say, "We are but reformers." Meanings of words. Allah has set a seal. Allah has set a stamp. Veil, cover and protection. They deceive. They do the work of the deceiver. Disease, doubt and hypocrisy, or denial and rejection. Come to their demons. Turn to them or be alone with them. Extend them, increase them or give them more time. Their tyranny, exceeding the limit, and their extremism in disbelief. They are confused. They are either ignorant or bewildered about what is right. And peace, blessings, and mercy be upon our Prophet Muhammad, his family, and all his companions, and praise be to Allah, the Lord of all the worlds.
Finally, my dear friend, do not forget to participate in the reward by publishing the video, subscribing to the channel, and activating the bell so that you receive all new updates.